Hello everyone, we are from Group 20 and our project is finding the outliers by analyzing the stock charts. Our project owner is Dr. Magid and you can see the project coordinator and our project team. Okay, then let's move to the problem definition and the expected outcome of our project. Basically in here we are going to predict the outliers in the stock market. We all know that on the given day that 100 stocks are being exchanged in a single moment. So how we can know at the start of the day which stocks will have the largest gain and which stocks will have the biggest losses. So in here we want to do is we should predict as early as possible which stocks will have the largest deviation from the previous day's values. Then we can identify what the outlier stocks are. But normally it's very hard to say that. That is why we take the previous history values and train a model to do that. So as a solution, we finally come up with a model that can predict at the start of the training day its end value. So basically at the start of the training day, our model will predict the end value. Then by looking at the predicted values of our model, we can evaluate which stocks will have the largest gain. So based on that, we can do the trading processes. Moving on to our project progression. So first we identify the problem domain and analyze the ways how to make the prediction on the sequence data like stock data. Then we selected the suitable methods and the algorithm to implement the solution. And we develop the machine learning model and we finally visualize the model and the solution for the problem. During the process, we encountered with several problems. So we faced difficulties in finding accurate algorithm for the model. So we tried with different algorithm and evaluate the model to find this most suitable algorithm. Finally, we choose LSTM model to do that. And we resolved the issue of finding the data for a project by using the online available resources. And we faced some difficulties when identify the relevant features to train our model. So based on the past 3 months values, we choose close price values of stocks to do that. Like that, we find the relevant features for our model. So with all of these things, we were able to come up with the machine learning approach as a solution to our problem domain. So now I invite Akita to explain about the machine learning approach.
Okay, thank you, Rishi. Right, now let's move on to our algorithm. The LSTM algorithm that we have used is a type of a recurrent neural network architecture that is used specifically for sequential data. These algorithms are commonly used in the stock market to predict stock prices for several reasons. One is their ability to capture long-term dependencies. Stock markets often exhibits complex patterns and long-term dependencies. LSTMs are specifically designed to capture such dependencies in sequential data. Two, they handle time series data. Stock price data is inherently sequential. LSTMs can effectively model the temporal relationships in the time series data. It can also model the non-linear relationships well, which is important in predicting stock values. What we do in our application is that on any given trading day, before the trading starts, we predict the closing value of each stock. In order to do that, our model takes as inputs the closing values of a given stock in the preceding days. After predicting the stock value, we measure the percentage difference between the previous day's close value and the predicted future closing value and predict the outlier stock. Now, let's move on to the implementation. Okay. We are implementing a linear stack of layers, meaning each layer feeds on to the next layer in a sequential manner. This is an LSTM layer with 64 nodes. This is a dense layer with 32 nodes and an input and a ReLU activation function. Again, another 32 dense layer with a activation function of ReLU. And this is our output layer of 1, uh, which will predict a continuous value. We have used the Adam optimizer with a learning rate of 0.001 and our loss function is mean square error. As you can see, after training, our model does quite well on the testing observations, which means our model is trained quite efficiently. Now I'll invite Roshila to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Akita. Our dashboard consists of analyzing stocks and predicting outliers parts. So, in the analyzing stocks, you can pick start date and end date. Then you can pick a stock ticker. I have picked the Tesla. So, for the given period, it will display the data for those stocks, and it will display the graphs of open price values and the close price values. Then also you can do the comparison between closing prices of two stocks. Here I have picked Amazon and Tesla, and here you can see the closing price value comparison in the graph. And then the second part of our dashboard, finding the outliers. Here also you can select a period to get the outliers. Once you enter the end date, the outlier stock for the next day will be predicted by our model. So here you can pick number of stocks. In our case, we have picked 5 stocks. And then in the results, you can see the predicted values for the next day, the closing price values, and we have calculated the percentage of change. Uh, the highest percentage of change is recorded from the Amazon. So Amazon is predicted as the outlier stock. And here in this graph, you can see the comparison between the selected stocks and how the closing prices are changed. So that's all about our project about the finding the outliers in stocks. Thank you.